Hello, it's 9 p.m. in Djibouti. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have for the celebrations of the Eid al-Adha, the President Gelle performed the collective prayer at Guled File. In Tanzania, at least 16 deaths in a tanker truck explosions. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic continues to receive congratulatory messages on the occasion of the Eid al-Adha. Congratulatory messages from the head of state and government of the Arab and Muslim countries and wishing the President of the Republic success, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gelle, as well as more well-being and prosperity for the people of Djibouti continue to flow into the presidency of the Republic. The King of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the guardians of the two holy places, His Majesty Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, is among the Arab and Muslim leaders who sent a message of congratulations to His Excellency Ismail Omar Gelle. In his letter, the guardians of the holy places wish the President of the Republic health and happiness and greater development and fulfillment for the people of Djibouti. The Saudi king, who then rejoiced in the quality of the friendly and cooperative relations that prevail between the two countries and people, reiterate his determinations to work to strengthen the level of exchange and collaboration between the two nations. It should be also noted that the Crown Prince of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman, sent a similar message to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gelle. The Sultan of Oman, His Majesty Qaboos bin Saida, and the President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, His Excellency Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, are also among other leaders leading Arab and Muslim countries who have sent congratulatory telegram to the head of state of Djibouti on the occasions of the Eid al-Adha. It should be recalled that the President Gelle, for his part, had also sent messages of greetings to his Arab and Muslim counterpart as Eid al-Adha approaches. In his telegram, the President of Djibouti wished each of them success and more development and prosperity for the respective people. He had also used this telegram to form the hope for greater complicity and complementarity between the Muslim community and other cultural, religious components of the world. On this day of Eid al-Adha, the many faithful flooded to the prayer city arranged, and here at the Aulad File, many faithful come to pray together to this blessed feast day. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gelle, carried out the prayers and Eid al-Adha on the Aulad place, together with other faithful members of the government, parliamentarian and other civilian and military officials of the country, as well as diplomats accredited in Djibouti. This year, despite the heat wave, the faithful did not miss their ritual appointment in the different mausoleums arranged in the capital. Eid al-Kabir commemorate Ibrahim's submissions to God in the Quran. It is stated that its prophet received in his dreams the divine orders to sacrifice his son Ismail. He is raised in faith, accept to be sacrificed by his father, but he tried to slit his son through the Archangel Gabriel sent by God substitute the child with a came at the last moment. In the memory of this episode, Muslims sacrifice an animal, sheep, goat and cattle according to the rules in forces. Eid al-Kabir take place at the same times as the pilgrimage to Mecca, in occurs the very next days after the great gatherings of pilgrims on Mount Arafah. The rituals, the fifth pillars of Islam, take place between the 8th and 16th of the month of Dhul Hijjah of the Islamic calendar. to sacrifice a sheep is a specialized slaughterer's house. According to the ritual, it is then customary to divide the meat into three equal parts. The first is to the family, the second to neighbor, friends, colleagues, and acquaintances. The third to the poor. If the means to not follow, he is not required to make this sacrifice.
أوابين منيبين لك خاضعين خاشعين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم احفظ هذا البلد واجعله آمنا مطمئنا سخاء رخاء وسائر بلاد المسلمين. اللهم ادفع عنه الهم والغم يا أرحم الراحمين. ومن كان منهم مريضا عجل في شفائه واجعل مرضه هذا يا أرحم الراحمين في ميزان حسناته.
Another prayer site, this time as in the rest of the country, it is in the space arranged in Balbala that the faithful pray these hands of help of Eid al-Adha. The square was crowded this morning in Balbala, and many faithful from all the districts of the greater suburb came to perform the prayers of the Eid al-Adha, the Eid al-Kabir, and the faithful repeated in their head the reminders and consecrate especially for the Eid al-Adha.
غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله الله أكبر إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين اللهم فرج همومنا وهموم المسلمين وأصلح أحوالنا يا رب العالمين أصلح أحوالنا كلها يا رب العالمين وأحوال الأمة الإسلامية في كل مكان.
The 2019 pilgrimage is taking place in the best conditions for Djiboutian pilgrims after Medina and Mecca. Djibouti pilgrims headed toward Muna before head toward Arafat, where they were yesterday. All day they were in Arafat, where they participate in the last stage of the great mobilizations on the mountain, with the participations of millions of pilgrims from all Muslim countries and the world, as we see them on these images sent by our correspondent Waliye. And Awale. During the Arafat stay, the rain was on the agenda, which largely lifted the pilgrims 2019. Throughout the trip, no pilgrims were accompanied and supervised by the pilgrimage committee, which made every effort to help the pilgrimage, which is the fifth pillars of Muslims. After Arafat, direction is Muzdalifah, where Djibouti pilgrims passed through at night before returning to Muna, where they celebrate the Eid al-Adha and participate in the rites of throwing stones, one of the last steps, and pelling before the last tawaf at the Mecca Mosque. Before the movement to the Muna, Djibouti pilgrims had received in Mecca the visit of the Djibouti Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, who is carried out. He was accompanied by strong delegations, including the Minister of Budget Abdul Karim Adan Shar, the Minister of Education Mustafa Mohammed Mahamoud, the Minister of Energy Yunus Ali Gedi, the Ambassador of Djibouti to Saudi Arabia, Deetin Said Bamakrama. The atmosphere was in full swings on these mornings of Eid al-Kabir celebration in Djibouti city. Very early in the morning, young and old, girls, boys, men, women began to roam the streets and alleys, avenues of Djibouti, all dressed in new clothes. Others converged on the sites set up for collective prayers, where the youngest ones had the opportunity to rush to the various playgrounds and fair sites organized in the capital. Some entrepreneurial individuals have installed attractive and inexpensive swings and placed accessories in neighborhood for young people, but it is especially in my equipped playgrounds where the atmosphere was palpable. Various play material were available to the great delight of the young people, who were amazed passing from one of the playgrounds in the capital. As part of the Eid al-Adha festivity, the residents of the city of Grand Bula also organized fair for the children of military families. Despite this busy job, the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, did us the honors and privilege of attending this fair. Upon his arrival, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim was greeted by a hedge of honor made up on the children of military families. After a triumphant greetings, Samgah sat in the gallery alongside the Mayor of Djibouti, Fatuma Awali Usman, and General Ali Hassan Ali Kamil. Once installed, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim kicked off the festivities. Thus, the fair could begin. This fair consisted of several workshops, including basketball, basket shooting, skipping rope, darts, running with the bag, fishing, and many other games. Each winner at each workshop was rewarded by a gift. Participation was at its peak. The children were able to enjoy these days while receiving a lot of gifts. It should be noted that because of these days of celebration, every child was able to receive and enjoy a gift. This special day was dedicated to the celebrations of joy and was dedicated to children. This ceremony was animated by patriotic songs such as the song of the folk groups Harpi and many other songs to the glory of the children. In her intervention at the fair, the Mayor of Djibouti City, Fatuma Awali Usman, welcomed General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim and thanked him for his visit, for having given his precious time to share the joy and happiness of Eid al-Adha festival. She also congratulated the organizers of this fair all men and women from the families of the military officers. She urged the residents of the city of Bulaus to perpetuate these types of activity which make children happy, especially during the festive season. The organization of this fair is an initiative of the residents of city of Bulaus, where the families of military officers reside. Under the aegis of the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, the CDC of Neighborhood 6, 7 Al-Hiba, Wahle Daba and Sheikh Musa organized kermesse on the occasions of Eid al-Adha. Indeed, intense animation is in the court of the CDC of Djibouti City, where the director and animators of the different center once again invite young and old to their traditional Eid fair. The children answered the call in large numbers. They file very early in the mornings to participate in many games. It's prepared by the CDC leaders and director. The moving the CDC important moments that offers to the children some moments of undoubtedly essential values of our noble religions. In the framework of the fight against extreme poverty and ensures proximity to the most vulnerable populations in the root of corners of the country, a team from the Department of Social Affairs and Solidarity and other partners continues their national family solidarity program for the third consecutive years of payment of currency transfer in Yoboki sub-prefecture sectors as well as in the suburb of Dekhel. To this end, 600 households benefit from a cash of transfer of 13,000 francs Djibouti per quarter. As a result, the minister is in charge of social affairs solidarity, Ms. Muna Osman Adam, welcomed the success of this PNSF program for the most vulnerable household and the continuity of this program. In addition, the population is welcome the favors acknowledge that the government action is in their favor. For the international scene, in Tanzania mourns the explosions of a tanker truck. More than 60 people died and more than 70 were injured in the explosions of Saturday of a tanker truck where west of Tanzania capital. The victims were trying to ship on fuel. The president has decreed national mourning until Mondays. It is one of the worst accidents in East Africa in recent years. In Tanzania, the outskirts of Morogoro, nearly 200 kilometers from Dar es Salaam, at least 64 people were killed and more than 70 injured in explosions on Saturday, August. An accident tanker truck trying to siphon fuel from it. There are currently 64 deaths after 2 of the 72 wounded previously announced died as a result of their injury. Korogoro governors announced Saturday evening at a press conference on the spot in the presence of several government officials. Most of the victims were motorcyclists, taxi drivers, and people from the surrounding area who were rushing to collect fuel from the tank. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us.